I don't understand all the hate for that. But before Cliffhanger, he had directed Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, Adventures of Ford Fairlane. Later on, he directed Cutthroat Island, which I know there's been a lot of stories behind that.
It destroyed the film company. Destroyed Coralco. It's interesting how that works. I'm sure it wasn't his fault, though.
Damn that Matthew Modine.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that movie, but...
You know what Matthew Modine reminds me of?
What?
He's like a poor man's Scott Bakula. It's exactly what Matthew Modine reminds me of.
Ziggy says we gotta go back and ruin this franchise.
What? What's that?
Ziggy says we gotta go back and bankrupt Coralco.
Yeah.
Quantum Leap.
We gotta stop Cutthroat Island.
Yeah. Shit.
Love Quantum Leap.
It's only a matter of time before they do that one again, too.
What's that?
Quantum Leap.
Oh, you mean like a remake?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. I don't want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that fans want a proper ending, but fuck that shit. I mean, like, I have no...
Yeah, tomorrow I'm going to this fair thing, and then after that, my friend wants to come over and watch Man from Atlantis.
Uh-huh.
This is going to be my first time really watching Man of Atlantis. I don't know if... Have you seen Man of Atlantis with Patrick Duffy from Step by Step?
No.
Yeah, it's going to be the first... A lot of people thought it was Aquaman back in the day, but it wasn't.
Yeah, I've never seen Cutthroat Island. Very sorry to see it. Long Kiss Goodnight. Deep Blue Sea, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of people don't. Mindhunters, I think, is it's underrated film. I know Rennie Harlan's still directing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he did a damn good job with Cliffhanger.
Oh yeah. It would have been cool if the MPAA would have left them alone and let them add in all the violence that they wanted to originally add in, because a lot of that stuff is great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been interesting to see how much more or the film would have been with that stuff put in.
Yeah.
But kind of talking about the numbers, just in case people are curious about the statistics when it comes to these two films. For example, IMDb, Demolition Man gets a 6.6, while Cliffhanger gets a 6.4.
Ouch.
And on Rotten Tomatoes, it's weird. 64% for Demolition Man and 69% for Cliffhanger.
Wow.
So they're like neck and neck.
Yeah. But they're it's weird because you would think they would have gotten higher because they were hits back then,
Yeah, I mean,
especially Demolition Man grew from that time till now. When people kind of look at it, and it got a lot of things right. Towards today, right? So you look at it like over time, it really grows with the audience and the next generation. Very, very cool. You would think it would be higher, have a higher rating on it.
Yeah, I thought it would too. I mean, personally, I know that we shouldn't really care about IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, but I just just in case people are wondering about that, the numbers and stuff. But the budget, if you talk about the box office, the budget for Demolition Man was $57 million. Domestically, it made about $58 million, and worldwide, it made $159 million.
Wow.
Which came out in October of '93. Cliffhanger came out in May of '93. The budget being $65 million. Domestically, made $84 million.
Damn.
And worldwide, you ready for this, folks? Made $255 million.
Yeah. Wow. But they can't give them the budget to do Cobra 2.
Exactly.
Damn. Shit. must have been all that fake money they were burning in the movie.
You would think, also too. I mean, kind of with the hit being like Demolition Man was a good sized hit. Why can't we get a special edition for that?
Yeah.
The director's not doing much. You can't grab him for a director's commentary, but I know I'm just repeating stuff.
I should try to get him for. Just try to talk to him. I wonder if he's like findable.
I don't know. It'd be interesting.
I'm gonna add that to my agenda. Things to do. Yeah.
Oh man.
It's a funny movie.
But is there anything else you want to add? Like anything, like information about these films?
Let's see. I saw something just before that kind of made me think of something to inquire about looking into before that I was supposed to look into last summer that I didn't because I'm lazy. But this is based on Paul Nesbitt's Long's Peak, which I'm guessing that they grabbed at the last second to make the movie out of, because this movie, Cliffhanger, was supposed to be a movie called Gale Force, which I wanted to make a video with the pictures I sent you. I wanted to make a video about that because Gale Force was something I would have liked to see. It was Stallone was a recovering alcoholic who was a military guy who accidentally ran over a kid when he was drunk. And then he lives in this small town, and he's very shunned from the town, ex-military. And then these pirates come to town during a big storm. And during the storm, they hijack all the town's money, like all the banks, and they hold up all the townspeople and take all their money. And it's up to Sly to brave the storm and save the people from the pirates. But the budget was too much, so at the last second they said no, and it turned into Cliffhanger.
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
That would have been interesting. I know we've talked about that before, but
yeah.
I know there were sequel talks too for Cliffhanger.
Yeah, like The Dam or something
The
like
Dam,
that. Yeah. And with Demolition Man, I heard it was based on two separate books. I don't remember which ones. I'll have to watch the documentary again. But I heard it was based on two different books in the futuristic sci-fi books. So it would be interesting to hunt those books down and read those, and then maybe read this book.
Yes, and I know for the same movie, Demolition Man, there was a lot of interesting information behind the scenes. Like I know we've covered before, but like some casting choices. Like at one point they wanted Van Damme and Seagal for Demolition Man. I think they wanted Van Damme to play the villain. Is that correct?
Sounds right. Yeah.
And I don't think Van Damme wanted to do that. But if you look at it, I think they would have had too much egos involved in.
Yeah.
Seagal's like, I ain't working with that pussy, and
Yeah.
just.
You know that the documentary would be better than the movie. Because there's so much history with those two.
Yeah.
Like between Van Damme and Seagal. That would have just been insane.
They should just get off. Well, at least Seagal would just get off your fat ass, get off your high horse, and. I mean, can you? Just talking about Seagal gives me a headache.
Yeah.
At least Van Damme's over it, but.
Yeah.
I mean, with Demolition Man, I know that they wanted or considered Jackie Chan to play the villain, but he didn't want to play a bad guy.
Yeah.
Which would have been interesting.
And they address that in Trio, where he's like, in not Trio, an Alan Smithy film, Burn Hollywood Burn. Where Jackie Chan's like, I don't play villain and I don't die. Jackie Chan doesn't die. And then you got him And Stallone and Goldberg, like, on screen together. That whole shot is amazing.
What would have you have thought? I mean, just kind of thinking random here, but what if Jackie Chan did play the villain? I mean, how do you think this film would have turned out?
I think the fighting would have been crazier, and I think the stunt work would have been crazier. I think he probably would have brought some really cool stunt work to it, and definitely some fighting. Because at that point, you know, Sly would have to grab him. You would get that shot in Rocky V where he grabs Tommy Gunn and he just like wails at him in the stomach. Wham, wham. You would get a lot of those kinds of shots because Jackie Chan's all over the place, right? So
it would have been a classic fight because, I mean, him and Snipes had a great fight in Demolition Man. I wonder, I mean, just how would Jackie Chan work with Stallone? But yeah. I mean, that's just kind of hindsight. But I think for like Sandra Bullock's character, they wanted Lord Petty.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. But yeah, just a lot of cool information.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. When I was out in Florida, I got to see like a bunch of props from there. They have like Sly's boots and like the detonator or the tracking detonators there and stuff like that. Kinnett's knife is over there. Like Sly's ice axe and his ice grips, and man, just a ton of great stuff. Cliffhanger plaque. They had like the big plaque, and the book is there, and they got a really cool John Spartan in the actual John Spartan prop from the movie hanging up there. So I got to like eat under that, which was really cool.
So you didn't try to steal these props?
No, I wish I could have. If I could go back and do it again, I would have remembered to turn the flash off my phone, but I was so excited running around in there that I was taking all the pictures with the flash on, and then like when I looked back at them later, I was like, oh shit, I forgot. But I saw so much cool shit over there. Like, oh my god, it was incredible. Like that John Spartan is the one from the movie, right? And they let me go up to the 3rd floor, like the celebrity floor, to take pictures. So I went up there and I like leaned over the railing and took like photos from the top. They gutted out all the genitalia on it, but it's really cool. It looks exactly like Sly.
Man, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, they had like a Rambo, like cardboard poster from Rambo 2. There was another building that the Terminator was in, and then they had like Power Rangers. They had like John McClane shirts from Die Hard 3. Some Last Action Hero stuff. The bike from T2. The T1000. Robert Englund's Freddy wardrobe from Nightmare 1. And that was great. Like, that was beautiful to see, because that was like, I saw it like literally like the day after he died. Wes Craven died. So I just kind of took a moment with it and really kind of just looked at it. It's so beautiful to see that stuff. Van Damme's Cyborg wardrobe was right beside it. Just like, I was behind where I was eating, there was like a big Seth Brundle statue. This is just like tons of stuff in there. Tons of stuff everywhere.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I was just running around taking photos of everything, and people must have thought I was like a crazy tourist, you know. There's like pictures of like Sly on the wall in these glow boxes and stuff, and Bruce Willis and Arnold, and I talked to some of the people who work there, and they're like, even when the stars come in, we're not allowed to tell people